continue going over character formatting. First thing I want to remind you of is bold. If you have text that you've already typed and you want to bold it, you would highlight the text, and you've got bold here. You can also right-click, get the mini toolbar, use that, a Control B, or you can bold from the dialog launcher box. Most commands for font can be done in multiple ways. If you would like to use italics, you would do it the same way, only you'd pick the I. You could do Control I, you could use the mini toolbar again, or you can use a dialog launcher box. Underline. You can underline by just doing Control U, clicking the U, same way you use bold and italics, but underline comes with some special features. You can change the width or the type of line. You can change the color. You can go to more underlines. That'll take you to the dialog launcher box where you can do things like word only, have some dashes, dots. Now the thing with underline styles though is if you look on the mini toolbar, you only get one style. You would have to go to the little arrow by the U or the dialog launcher box to get the underline styles. All caps. If you remember, all caps are found either under the AA, so you can do uppercase, capitalize each word, toggle. Remember, the big A, little a is where you can change the cases of the word. You also have that option under effects in the dialog launcher box. If you want to highlight a text, it's the little AB with the little highlighter. You can choose colors. You can do no color to get rid of it. So again, you would highlight what you wanted to highlight and then use the highlighter tool. No color makes it disappear. When you're choosing the font color, remember to use the key tips to make sure you are picking the specific color that is being asked for. If it says standard colors, it's going to be one of the colors under here. If it gives you a different color that's not standard, you need to use the key tips to make sure you are picking the correct color. It may look right, but each one has its specific name. You need to choose that. You also have more colors where you can go and get a little bit more creative. Use some of the standard colors, or you can create custom colors. That's more advanced than what we're going to be doing. Now we're going to get into something new. Under the Home tab, there's a tool called Format Painter. You would highlight the format you want to. What you would do is you would highlight the text that has the format you want to use. You can click Format Painter once. Now if you notice, down here in the bottom, it gives you some instructions. It says select content to apply copied format or press escape to cancel. Notice there's a little tool brush near your I-beam. Take that tool brush, left click, go over, and you'll notice the format is now the same. This format we copied was Arial 14 bold italics. This became Arial 14 bold italics. Down here we're going to do the same thing to these. There's a way if you want to copy it to multiple formats, you're going to double click Format Painter. If you double click the Format Painter, it will let you continue using it until you either click Format Painter again or hit the escape key, and then it's done. Next we're going to look at applying a style. In the Home tab you have styles. There are multiple styles and you can choose one. We're going to look and we're going to go to our headings and we're going to apply heading 1 to all of them. We applied heading 1 to all of them, and I wanted to show you that because I want to show you something else you can do with this. When you go into the styles, you have the dialog launcher box. You can use that to choose the styles you want, but if you notice there's a little drop down arrow key. If you choose that, you may modify the style. To modify the style, you would click, and it tells you the name, and you can choose whatever you want. You can change the color. You can change the font. You can even change the size. When you click OK, notice how all the things I used that style on changed. Styles are a great way if you want to try and keep formatting the same throughout your paper or throughout a document, a flyer you're doing. You can give them a style. And then if you decide you want to change the style, you can modify the style you've given them. And there are some other things. We will get to formatting a little bit more in depth, but at least now you know how to modify the style. Another thing I want you to look at is under the Insert tab. It's called Word Art. You have a couple of choices. You can highlight something you've already created and change it to Word Art. When you change it to Word Art, it no longer is text as in standardized text. It becomes more like if you added a text box, and it moves around like a text box. When you have your Word Art, you still have a lot of choices. You can highlight your Word Art and you can make changes to it to change the color. You can change outline. You have all the formatting choices. Notice when I'm in Word Art, you have a drawing tools that comes up and format. That's where you need to make the changes to Word Art. Anything you choose to change in here changes your Word Art. You may also insert a Word Art. You'd go to Insert Word Art, then you would type in it like you would any text box. Last thing I want to show you is under the Home tab. If you notice, there's an A with a little, looks like pencil eraser. That pencil eraser is the Clear Formatting tool. If you click it, wherever your cursor is, it will clear the formatting on that line. If you highlight text, it removes all formatting. Notice, when I clear the formatting on this, not only does it change the font and everything else I've chosen, it also gets rid of my numbering, because I use the numbering under paragraph. So clear formatting gets rid of everything. If you needed to start from scratch on a document, that would be a good time to do clear formatting. If you aren't sure what you've done or why something isn't looking right, clear formatting would be a good tool to use. Now remember, you have your undo and your redo button. If you reach the point where you've made so many changes and you want to go back and you have not saved the document, clicking undo or redo can fix things.